Martin Luther King Jr. Day of Service on Travel Television. Tornado Recovery Volunteers in Joplin, Missouri, International Corporate Volunteering on Travel Television. Best route on web tips. All this and more. So on to our first stop.
If you want to be important, wonderful. If you want to be recognized, wonderful. If you want to be great, wonderful. But recognize that he who is greatest among you shall be your servant. That's a new definition of greatness. By giving that definition of greatness, it means that everybody can be great. Because everybody can serve.
Our country, this wonderful place, this little piece of real estate that we call America, was built, founded on service. We didn't necessarily wait for local, state, or the national government. We came together as a people, and we just did it.
I was one of 4 6-year-old children, girls, to integrate the public school system here in New Orleans in 1960. When I look at the Norman Rockwell painting and I see myself, I always say that the lesson I took away was a lesson that Dr. King tried to teach all of us. And that was that we should never look at a person and judge them by the color of their skin. I crossed a picket line, a mob every day for a whole year. There was a woman there to greet me. She did everything she could to make my day fun. She not only taught me, but she read stories to me. We played games. I knew that if I got past the mob and inside of the building, I was going to have a great day. And it was because of her. So she showed me her heart. And I began to realize that there was no way she was like the people outside. I couldn't judge her the same way. And so I believe at that moment, I learned the lesson that Dr. King died trying to teach us.
In 1957, when I was 17 years old, I wrote Martin Luther King Jr. a letter. Told him I wanted to attend a little college about 10 miles from my home, and this school didn't admit black students. He wrote me back and sent me a round-trip Greyhound bus ticket. I traveled to Montgomery. I saw Dr. King standing behind a desk. He said to me, "Are you the boy from Troy? Are you John Lewis?" I was so scared I didn't know what to say or what to do. And I said, "Dr. King, I'm John Robert Lewis." I gave my whole name. He was so inspiring. He was so moving. And somehow, in some way, I wanted to become part of that movement, and I did.
For a long time, people fought to get the King holiday in, and it finally got achieved nearly 25 years ago. But it was sermons, talks, meetings, lunches, and one day I said to myself, this is wrong. If Martin Luther King were here, he'd say, that's not what I want on my day. I teamed up with John Lewis in the House and many Republican and Democratic colleagues of mine in the Senate.
We felt that Martin Luther King Jr. was a man of service, and his day, the federal holiday, should be a day of service.
When the Congress passed the legislation, it was sort of like reading wedding vows, that we were marrying a commitment to serve the common good and to let justice roll down like waters and righteousness like a mighty stream. We lost a great soul. He took chances. He lived daringly. He didn't let the fear of harassment or persecution deter his mission. He stayed focused and committed. While he died at a young age, he lived a long life in terms of service and witness. He piled into those 39 years, 100 years or more on service and preaching and loving, caring.
The best way to honor him is to do what he advocated and what he exemplified in his own life. Service is an important part of what makes us human and also an important part of what makes us good citizens. But that it is an ongoing process, one that has to be confronted every day because the needs of people are every day.
Dr. King said that life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are we doing for others? The MLK Day of Service provides us the opportunity to answer that question. For some people, it's continuing service. It's what they do every day. For some people, it's the first time. It's an opportunity. What we really want people to do is to make an enduring commitment to service. But on this day, on MLK Day, I'm going to make that choice to be in service to others for the rest of my life.
As Coretta Scott King proclaimed,
The greatest gift Martin could receive
Is if people of all racial and ethnic backgrounds
celebrated the holiday
by performing individual acts of kindness.
through service to others.
Hi, my name is Josh Carroll. I'm with the WCC in Seattle, Washington. Today we're in Breezy Point and we're working on a lady's house. Today we're tearing out floorboards, taking out drywall, trying to get rid of as much of the mold as possible and giving her a chance to get someone in here to rebuild and get her life started again.
My name is Junior Fumano. I'm from the Washington Conservation Corps. I lead a veteran crew. This means that most of the people on my crew are ex-military, are veterans of the United States Armed Forces. We're here to help with, the recovery effort or, the emergency response effort. We have been removing debris out of houses, tearing down drywall. A lot of the work that's been done so far is the initial response.
My name is Sammy French. I'm from Minneapolis, Minnesota, and I'm out here gutting out houses, removing insulation, removing flooring, moldy walls, and it's really great to get out here and do it, to see how these people have been affected and see how we can help them. It's a really good feeling, and people have really been expressing how much gratitude they have towards us.
My name's Ernest Farmer. I'm a crew supervisor from the Washington Conservation Corps. I'm out here with members from Minnesota Conservation Corps, 12 of them, and 12 members from Tribal Conservation Corps Hoopa. We're out here primarily focusing on gutting and mucking of affected homes and canvassing affected neighborhoods to help identify their long-term needs.
Hi, my name is Chester McLeod. I'm from Hoopa Valley Tribe and I work for AmeriCorps.
Hello, my name is Mercedes Porter and I'm with AmeriCorps Hoopa TCCC, and we're here in Atlantic City, New Jersey, helping muck and gut homes, and we're really excited to be here.
Corporations that run volunteer programs promote corporate citizenship. The Points of Light Foundation Principles of Excellence for Corporate Volunteer Efforts include acknowledging the importance of corporate volunteer efforts toward achieving business goals, committing to a program that encourages employee investment as a core business function, and targeting community service as a corporate social responsibility. Not only does volunteering improve employee morale and retention, but it builds brand recognition. Corporate volunteering has been expanding internationally, and Travel Television profiles some of those efforts.
What is the International Corporate Volunteer Program? That's a unique and relatively new offering that multinational companies are offering their employees, different opportunities for growth and expansion, especially for their high-level talent. They're really looking to maximize the opportunities that they are able to provide their employees for ways to grow as a person professionally and personally as well. And the first pilot program was in Belo Horizonte, Brazil, which is the third largest city in Brazil, kind of in the Midwest of Brazil.
Okay.
And one of the organizations that they worked with there is called ASMARE. And they are a co-op organization that organizes, the best translation of the word catador from Portuguese is garbage picker. But they're not really garbage pickers. They're more of recyclable collectors.
Okay.
Which in Belo Horizonte was always seen as a marginalized population. Most of these folks that do this type of work, as you can imagine, are at the lower rung of the socioeconomic ladder. And for decades, they'd always been marginalized, abused, mistreated, not only by the population, but also by the police, and local government officials. ASMARE came about as an organization to organize those folks and have them be represented and recognized for the dignity of the work that they perform, because they collect recyclables. They were the green movement before the green movement was cool.
Oh, okay.
This program was an excellent opportunity to personally immerse myself in a different culture in Brazil for more than just a few weeks. It's a month-long project. And I also thought professionally this would be an excellent opportunity to learn how to work in a different culture and work with people from all different backgrounds from SAP as well as on the ground with our organization.
As the World Cup is coming in 2014, it's a need, this relation with foreign people. And for everything, we are very, very thankful.
Thanks a lot.
What's fascinating about these programs is that even with the economic downturn over the past several years on a global scale, we've seen more and more companies do this. And so, obviously there's a real value recognition. One of our clients said, I don't do any other program where people come back and thank me for sending them to do a really hard job somewhere in kind of difficult conditions. How can I not want that for my employees? How can I not want them to feel like their job is transforming them and making them a better person?
The air travel you've dreaded in the past may be a thing of the past. A new website, aptly named Route Happy, will help you find quality and accessible information when you are shopping for flights and preparing itineraries. Real flyers share their experiences and give thumbs up or thumbs down to create a Route Happy rating system. It ranks overall travel experiences on an airline by route. Besides helping you find the best trip, it will show you actual scores for flights on over 700 airlines, including a summary of services and amenities that can vary widely even within a single carrier. You can't book your flight or compare fares on this site, but what you can find out what hundreds and even thousands of fellow flyers thought about a particular trip. Its mission is to improve passengers' flying experiences, because all flights are not created equal. You can search routes from economy to business and view the scores breakdown for each flight. This way, you know what to expect from each and every flight before you board, put your tray table up, and your seat in the full upright position. Take a look at routehappy.com.
When you think of Belgium, what's the first thing that comes to mind? For me, it's chocolate, as I'm sure it is with most of the world. We all know about Godiva, but on the streets of Belgian cities, there is literally a boutique chocolate shop on every corner. At Laurent Gerbeau's Chocolatier in Brussels, chocolate is definitely an art form and a way of life. Before opening up this shop, Laurent traveled to China, of all places, to learn all about Asian tastes and smells. That Eastern influence shows not only in his chocolates, especially his chocolate-covered kumquat, ginger, and yuzu, but in his personal logo that features the word chocolate in Chinese characters.
So you've seen a lot of the chocolate, but you probably haven't seen how it's made, and Laurent
you're going to show us how you actually make the chocolate here. But before we get into that, you showed me these bars.
Yeah, this is how I receive chocolate.
Now you get bars from Peru, Madagascar, and Ecuador.
Ecuador, yeah. This is my blend.
And then you create something special here.
Every single origin is like wine, so you have different tastes from the different area.
Yep.
Different variety of cacao, and those three ones are very, very aromatic.
So what I'm looking at here is how you've decided your recipe, if you would, for making chocolate.
Yeah, so it's a special recipe, really to have a gourmand.
You're going to give it to me? You're going to give me the recipe? Otherwise, you'd have to kill me, right?
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to make some chocolate. Now, what do we do first?
So you're going to make some molding. So
okay.
Take the mold, the chocolate knife.
Okay.
This, yeah. First, you lock the mold, otherwise it might fit.
Okay, so it doesn't flip away.
Yeah.
How's that?
Okay, you bring the chocolate to you.
And then?
And you stop it before it's on your arm.
Got it.
Yeah. Turn the knife.
How am I doing?
And push.
Okay.
Pretty good.
Not bad, not bad for a rookie. All right.
In the knife, again.
And so just start at the top again, right?
Yeah, you just
always pushing down, okay.
And try to have it completely clean.
All right, I'm getting the hang of it.
Okay.
Put it over here. I'm not exactly a natural, but after a few more swipes with the chocolate knife, I was ready to shake the bubbles out and ready to let Laurent take over.
The bubbles are out.
Yep.
You can see them going out here. Just scratch a little bit the corners.
You know what he's doing? He's making up for my mistake, but he's being nice about it because
that's really mean.
I didn't do a good job, did I?
No, you did a good job.
I did all right? All right.
Okay, we stop the vibration, and then now we put them on the tray, and we had my selection of nuts.
All right. After that, you just throw a few nuts into the chocolate, try and make it look pretty, and wait for it to cool. But don't hesitate. You have to get them in there so they'll stick. All right.
And then in the fridge.
Okay.
Voila.
All right.
And 20 minutes, 30 minutes, so we have time for some chocolate tasting.
All right, you heard that. We're gonna check out some chocolate tasting, so come on with me.
Yep.
All right, so we have some finished product here.
Yes.
But I didn't make this. You all made this, but I get to try.
So the purpose of that assortment is really to change completely your taste buds.
All right.
So after that, you will never buy junk food chocolate.
No, I hate that. I hate that stuff.
So this is really step by step with the origin. It's like you would make a wine tasting. You start with some good table wine, then you go step by step to better one, to castle, and then to really millésime. It's the same with chocolate. So the first one you can try here is Forastero, which is the African beans. And it's 85%.
Laurent's not lying. A few tastes of this stuff and a Hershey bar will never be the same. To say it's delicious might not be giving it enough credit. My stuff, on the other hand, well, it's still fantastic, but I think I have Laurent to thank for that. All right, I gotta tell you, Willy Wonka has nothing on this. This is my concoction, this is what I made, and now I'm going to go ahead and give it a try. Out they come, come on. There it is, that's definitely the one I wanted right there. And enjoying my own handmade chocolate in a little boutique. This is an unforgettable Belgian experience.
We want to be a part of the long-term commitment to Joplin and not just in the next few days. So we came down about 14, 15 days later on a goodwill trip, handed out underwear and socks and assisted with food and all of that. And at that point, everybody in the United States had zeroed in on Joplin, so we were just a small part of it. But the Cardinals came together with the Royals for two teams in one goal. And then over the course of these last 16 months, this Missouri Governor's Challenge, we've joined up with the Chiefs and the Cardinals and the Rams and the Blues, etc., to be a part of it. So,
well, competition can be a great thing just to get people to go to the next level, contribute a little more, and people always say, well, I'm given enough already. Well, how much is enough? So most of us are so blessed that we feel obligated to help when others are in need.
great that, you know, the teams in this state can come and help, and, you know, and all the volunteers. It's amazing that there's so many volunteers out here.
Just to receive something like this after something like that, I'm very grateful. I'm blessed.
It's almost like a fire that started around Joplin. People are chipping in and doing what they can and help each other out, and I think we have a good catalyst going right here with this.
Well, I'm down here with the Royals organization, and we came down here to lend a helping hand to the people that suffered a devastating loss here in Joplin, and we just wanted to be a part of just helping out another fellow American. It feels great because a lot of these families are Royals fans, and they come out and support us, so it was our pleasure to come out and talk to the families and maybe lift their spirits up a little bit.
It's very humbling, you know. Sometimes in this game you lose sight of what's really important, and it's just been really cool. It's been really a blessing to be able to come down here. I mean, I'm taking more from it. I've been here for 20 minutes. I've taken more from it than I'm sure anybody's taken from me. So it's been pretty awesome.
So that's how you find God. You've got to seek Him. He's there all the time waiting on you. My name is Steve Herbst. I'm from Selma, Indiana. I am in Managua, Nicaragua on a mission trip. I am with a group called Operation Walk. We are here performing orthopedic procedures in Managua for 1 week's time.
And you put a K-wire in, right?
The purpose of Operation Walk is to restore mobility to people who have lost their mobility. The types of surgeries that will be performed will be ranging from hip replacements to knee replacements to various foot and ankle reconstructions. I'm an orthopedic surgeon, and my specific role with the group is to perform foot and ankle reconstructions. The people who need these procedures have been stricken with different types of problems of the foot and ankle. Some of those range from traumatic deformities to deformities that have come secondary to disease, and others from a congenital deformity as well. And our goal is to try to restore a more normal walk for them. I became a member of the United Methodist Church about 9 years ago. We moved to a new community, and that community had a child care program that was superior to all the other child care programs. And so to check out the child care, we decided to attend the church. From that child care experience and from attending the church just to check things out, we've been members and attending ever since. I'm proud to be a United Methodist member, and one of the reasons I'm proud is because of the work that they do in the mission field. They have been on the forefront with disaster relief and in helping people in disadvantaged countries for many, many years. When it comes to helping the poor, the disadvantaged, and those in other countries, and even those in our own country who've been hit by hard times, I feel their hearts are open and they are carrying a loving denomination, which makes me proud to be a member. This trip that I make to Central America yearly is a direct result of my faith and what I feel is my calling in my life. I have a particular skill that I have been gifted by God with, and that is to perform orthopedic surgery. And I've also been called, I believe, to serve the poor here in this area. I feel that if I don't do that and use my gift in that way, then I'm shorting what I could do for the kingdom. For that reason, every year I pack my bags and come here and try to do what we can to help the people in Central America. My faith affects every decision that I make with respect to this trip, and hopefully it affects most decisions that I make in my life in every different way. So I feel my faith is integral in me being here and having the skills that I have and in being able to help the people that we help here. I pray for healing for you, brother. Okay. Yeah. The hardest part of the work that we do here is, for me, is probably just being separated from my family for 1 week. But my family lets me go with a wonderful heart and a good attitude. And I know they're praying for me down here, and I know that they know that this work is important to do.
Salud! Gracias, oiga.